actually, and in an insurgency mission, that might not always be possible though, because the enemy is smart enough to know, okay, here comes the vanguard, and here comes the guys we're gonna hit, and so it might be so in Modern Warfare too. That's why these advanced guard units dictate the tempo. If they feel they have to move slow to actually spot the enemy, then they do that. And if they feel the safest way to move through an area is to move fast, then they have to do that. It's very situational dependent, of course, but it's just that these guys dictate the tempo. If, of course, not faster than the rest of the column can follow, but they're essentially the guys who dictate if we're moving slow or fast. In NATO military, there is a clear definition of what slow and fast is. Slow is essentially below 20 kilometers an hour, and fast is 40 kilometers an hour. And there's no real other way to do that. Even on an interstate highway, they fucking move only 40 kilometers an hour in wartime. Okay. So any questions on marshalling a convoy for now?
Is the Vanguard the front 3 vehicles one section?
Yeah.
Okay. And is there also a different platoon size? So no 3 sections and weapons, or?
As I just said, it can depend a lot on the situation, and in most Euro missions, you would probably encounter that the convoy has been set up for the purpose of making this convoy happen. Whereas if you have a combat unit, they would essentially just use the standard platoon formations and standard company formations. There wouldn't be really anything new to that. But a logistic on the convoy, that's the more challenging part, because you'd usually get a limited amount of security units to protect a set amount of logistic units.
Okay.
If the Vanguard met a contact and the main group decided they would fight on, how would they move on to the contact at line, or?
No, it depends on, are you talking logistical or combat?
No, combat.
Yeah, combat. Then the advanced guard is essentially just making contact, giving a contact report, and then the rear units will be able to from that to decide on the course of action, and then they would either form up one line and, with the front unit and engage with them, or they would move to base of fire position supporting that front unit, or move into flanking positions, whatever. That's up to the CEO in that particular case.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. The next thing, in a convoy, we usually only work with very few terms. We work in column, obviously, as that's the easiest way to move along a road, or main supply route, alternate supply route, or even black track. And even in desert, you actually want to move in column a lot of the time, just because there are only so many passable ways to move. We also do use line formation, especially for combat units, obviously. And the motorized combat units will usually get their Humvees up and online as well, and use the heavy weapons to engage. One final formation that is very awesome on roads is what's called a herringbone. Does anyone know that?
Yeah.
Yes. And then you split off alternate directions.
Yes. So essentially, that's if you take that the place where I just marked a bunch of black X's, and you take southwest is forward, then you'd essentially get the units aligned like this. Can anyone tell me the reason for this?
I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Am I still in group chat? Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
The black X's now?
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet.
Something
Okay,
like a staggered column.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Can anyone tell me the reason for this?
So we got a passage in the middle. People can cross.
Yes. Yes, you clear the road, essentially. So So even if your combat unit is stopped for whatever reason, it doesn't mean that other combat unit can't push through. Any other reason?
Security.
Dismount.
Security, dismount, yeah. It makes security easier, and it gives you essentially gives you a place to hide your vehicles, especially if you're in a wooded area. There would usually be cover in connection to a road, so you can actually stop in a herringbone and then go into a wooded area and no one can see you. Any other good suggestions? That might be just me the nerd thinking here.
Firepower.
Yeah. You want to if you're in a modern warfare scenario, you want to consider the enemy's fire support too. If the enemy has CAS or has artillery, he can more easily target a road than anything else. So essentially, you want to move a bit off the road, so he can't use those assets that easily against you. You can imagine a JTAC just saying, "Oh, there's a convoy on that road. Yeah, I just need a gun run along that MSR going north. Yeah, copy. Done." That's why I want to move off the road as well, so at least the plane only takes out half of your convoy.
Is there a specific order and what element has to go left or right?
I would usually say the front element goes right, and then left, right, left, right, left, right. Or you could say some commanders would say that the front element decides what direction they're going, and then every other element is basically just following. So if he goes left, then the next one goes right, left, right, left.
What's the good spacing?
Again, situation dependent. I would say you should never have less than 25 meters of spacing between a vehicle.
Roger.
And depending on whatever you're doing, you can have spacing from between 100 meters to 1 kilometer.
Whoa.
Actually, it did a movement once where we had a spacing of like 800 meters per vehicle, so we could just barely see each other all the time.
That's still a convoy.
Yeah, it's still a convoy. When the SAS moved through in Iraq in the Gulf War, they usually had a 1 kilometer spacing between their jeeps or their Land Rovers.
Damn it.
Okay, that leads to my next thing. What's very important about spacing is a rule I usually tell people who want to be platoon leaders: you should not space out more than half your effective weapons range. And that's why it's a limit to 1,000 meters, because if you have a weapon that's effective to 2,000 meters, you don't want to spread out more than half of that, so no more than 1,000 meters.
So in Arma, you're likely to be doing 500.
And even more importantly, you don't want to space out more than you can see each other, especially if you move in a convoy.
Makes sense.
Then the question in the thing you mentioned last, where the people are in 1 kilometer distance, how can they see each other in the jungle?
How they can see each other?
Yeah, because 1 click away spacing, and they have to see each other in order to give support. But if they drive through the jungle, it might be different.
Yeah, then obviously you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
The point is you can do it, especially in a desert terrain like this. You can actually space out quite a bit and not have to worry too much about it. But obviously in the jungle you want to be able to keep eyes on each other instead. Okay. Let's see, do I have anything else? Go away, iTunes, I don't want you. Okay, next thing is sectors of watch and sectors of fire. You know what? You know the term, right? No one?
Yep.
Okay. Sectors of watch and sectors of fire is essentially your direction to watch when you're driving. So obviously the front vehicle would have the front of the column. He would have a 9-degree view to the front. Then the second vehicle would have right. Watch the convoy's right side. Left, third vehicle left, and so forth down the line until you hit the rear vehicle, who will then watch the rear. And that's something you always do, and you do not ever stop watching your direction, because your ability to spot the enemy before they see you, that will more likely than not save your life.
And
yeah.
If if one guy spotted an enemy on the left side, is the convoy supposed to look left, or are there still elements remaining watching their direction?
Then obviously you want to engage those enemies and kill them. So you turn your guns.
Yeah, but what's if another 200 meters on the right side is still an enemy? That's
That's something you haven't been taught because you're not soldiers. There's something called priority of fire, which any man should know, and that's essentially which target is most dangerous. Is that the light machine gun at 300 meters or the infantryman at 200 meters? Open question. The machine gunner, yeah. So that's actually up to the individual gunner to figure. Are the guys on the right side or the left side most dangerous? Because there might just be one guy on the right side, but he has an RPG. Then he's the most dangerous guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's where you'd usually have vehicle commanders sitting in the front seat, and they would be directing the gunner based on what they can see from in there, because they don't have to shoot, they just have to figure out, okay, the rest of the columns advancing, then the vehicle's advancing, there are enemies on the left and the right, the enemies on the left, right have more firepower. Engage right gunner.
Just to repeat, the sectors of watch right was 90 degrees front, then right, then left, and then rear.
Yeah.
Copy.
That's the standard I would go for anyway. If you are in doubt whether which direction you should look, you should be able to look at the guy to your front and then see what way his weapon is turned. And if you only have one guy to your front, then you probably should watch the right sector. The Americans talk about a concept called the violence of action when in contact, and Danish units are not a big fan of that because we're under some strict rules of engagement compared to the Americans. But essentially, that means if the enemy engages you, then just open fire. Fire in likely directions or likely points for an ambush. So when you see a building with a lot of good hidey holes in it, then you're essentially clear to light it up, if that saves your convoy. And just to scare the enemy to think, oh shit, these are some dangerous motherfuckers, they're just shooting at everything. Then it works, but it usually also gets a lot of civilians killed. That's up to your commander to decide whether he wants that. I'm not very much for it, but it can be good for certain situations.
What about the rate of fire?
If you look in the guides forum, you look at some discussions we're having about rates of fire. Whenever you are immediately engaged, you want to gain what's called fire superiority, and that means you fire as fast as you can accurately fire. You don't fire randomly into the air like this, but you fire as fast as you can still hit somewhere near the target area. Okay?
good thing nobody stood up.
If you notice, those 5 rounds I shot at the car over there, 3 of them hit, but 2 of them missed because I was firing fast, but I wasn't firing so fast that I couldn't still see the target. Okay, cool. That's something you have to use your own common sense about. And you have to listen for the enemy. A lot of people tend to just, oh shit, we're engaged, let's fucking shoot. And then you fire for a few minutes and then realize, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Yeah, and the enemy stopped firing in like 10 seconds, immediately after contact was initiated because they either got scared or got shot. You want to shoot and then use those pauses you get anyway when you're doing your short bursts to listen, is the enemy still firing? Oh shit, he's not firing. Okay, fucking let's stop firing then. Or at least tell your commander that, hey, the enemy seems to have ceased fire. Okay, slow rate of fire. Okay, stop firing. Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, this is probably gonna be enough lecture for now. So what I want to do now is we're gonna use this airport to just do some practicals, forming up the unit, giving you some call signs, and then driving around a little here, using getting into the different formations, getting into column, line, and herringbone, etc. Once we're pretty solid on that, then we'll start doing some more fun stuff. Deal?
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay.
This may seem stupid, but are we turning in U-turns or 3-point turns?
we'll get to that. First off, I want you just to pair up into two-man body teams, and we'll assign and Yaxo will assign each of your vehicle.
Oh, Bob, behind you.
Where you at, Bob?
God, what's going on?
Yeah.
Do you remember what
Team
the
up?
Americans
Get
say
the
to
friend.
control the rate of fire?
Death on me.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Bob,
Yeah, die, motherfucker.
Foxy.
Die, motherfucker, die. That's it,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Barracks.
Yeah,
Not
Meet
remember
him.
that.
So
Can we
go
meet
together,
together?
I can drive.
Sure,
I
don't
think
matter.
a goon went with the
Did you say something, Viking?
Oh no, just body.
Yaxo,
Somebody has
Yaxo,
a friend.
can you figure out these body
You're
teams
fine.
and make sure they get each of them or one of them get a 1 for 8 at least? If I can give all of them 1 for 8.
Yeah, I already
Do you have a 1 for 8?
Okay, all of you motherfuckers got a 1 for 8, okay?
Me neither.
So we're
Everyone,
going
1 for 8, 1 for 8, 1 for 8. What are you firing at?
The red target's got one.
Oh.
I challenge that I got him.
Let me do that without any sights.
Is that some gold
Fine.
AK?
It's 270.
Am I actually hitting something because I can't even see the targets?
Real main user.
Okay. Toad ball. With who are you in the body team?
I'm with Darcy.
Okay, guys. Take the front M1151.
Gotcha.
I should get myself a proper fucking weapon. But I guess we can do that later. Okay. Body teams, line up.
Death.
Form a get in line, you get assigned a vehicle.
Copy.
Other team,
I
one
want
over here. Definitely.
I want bodies
Foxy.
next to each other, in a line in front of me. Because it's
That's
easier
complicated.
to
Any calls? I did a call sign. This is Darcy.
It's
We don't want to line
structured.
with columns, with bodies and columns.
All comms on net.
Just to
All
fuck
the
it up.
columns in a line, that's it.
Never. I should learn to not say line.
Maybe.
Line as in standing
Column.
in line at a supermarket, okay? That line.
No.
You mean a column?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a mini column.
Okay.
Jagar, you're
I
not in
expect
that body
everyone
team.
to be in a column with his body next to him.
Got it.
So I can just
Yeah.
see how many
Next to me.
guys we have.
Death go next to that dude.
It's just like when you were in kindergarten, guys. Form of
Yep.
2 columns.
And they go next to
okay.
me.
Just so I can see who's with who and how many guys we actually have. As of now, it looks like we have 2 body teams and a clusterfuck. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, Decred, you guys get that
you're okay.
Mark 19.
What's our call sign?
Congratulations.
You get call signs, don't worry.
You'll get your call signs later on.
That's good.
Okay, Andy, Jagar, you take that that M151.
Yeah, just shoot our
one
car.
to
It's broken now.
It can take some bullets.
It got
Tazel, Meta, take this M151. Hey,
You wanna gun or drive?
got on.
Do you want to drive
Want me to
or
give these fuckers trucks?
shoot?
Don't matter.
I don't
I can
care.
give
Yeah,
them
either.
trucks.
Yeah. Yeah, give them trucks.
Yeah,
Open,
okay.
open trucks for them to use.
Yeah,
Those,
suppose.
some of them put 50 cal specifically for like.
Or I could give 1 truck an M2 and 2 unarmed trucks.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, body team is good. Do we have a body team consisting of 3 people, and if
Who
yes,
the
we
hell
can
just
get one.
spawned a
So we
medical Humvee? Damn it, guys.
2 guys.
I'm disappointed.
2 guys. Okay, we set it.
I'm not sure if I can actually find the unarmed one.
And guys, when you get assigned a vehicle, stay in the vehicle so we know what's what.
Foxy gunner driver.
This is where this is actually where this course comes down to discipline, basically.
Okay. Viking, Foxy, you guys are in the truck with the M2.
Copy.
Right.
SOB is pretty much.
No, you guys are fucked. Tazel, you get in the repair truck. Pavo, you get in the fuel truck.
I'm already in the Humvee.
Okay.
It's
Wait,
another
who is
one.
this here? Pavo. Where are you?
What?
Pavo, you
It's
get
us.
in the fuel truck. Ashton?
So we will
Oh,
split
cool.
between the fuel and the repair truck?
Yes, you will take the repair truck.
Yes.
Pavo, oh wait, there's no fuel truck here, what the hell? Okay, there's one.
Can't decide if I should go in ATV or
Where?
or with the
Here.
fucking little bird.
Here it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A10.
I need to be able to see what's going on. That's more important.
I can fly around in a little burst.
Really high.
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're now going to be marshalling this force and assigning call signs. First off, I want the Cred, Darkside 6, and Andy's trucks to be at the advanced guard, with Darkside 6 as the first vehicle, then the Cred, and then Andy. Go. So Darkside 6, you need to pull forward about 100 meters.
T.
Okay, the next guys I want are the supply trucks. I want you to pull up behind the fucking Humvees. Go. Which one first? Give me the fuel truck first. Advance guard, pull forward another 100 meters. Okay, Foxy vehicle go.
Okay,
And the nest go.
Go Tesla, go.
Go, Meadow.
Okay, guys, turn off your engines. I'm just going to brief you real quick on the radio. You are now in a spectacular little logistic convoy ferrying fuels and some other crap along this airport. To the front, we have the advanced guard. Your call sign overall will be 1. You will be led by Darkside 6 and his vehicle. So Darkside 6 will be 1-1, next vehicle 1-2, third vehicle 1-3. We then have the logistics vehicles. First one is fuel truck, then an open truck, and then another random crap truck. Your call signs overall will be 2. This fuel truck will be leading as 2-1, then we have 2-2 and 2-3. The final vehicle to the rear is 3-1, led by Tassel. I will just be guard hand on this net if you need anything, and I'll be acting as C2 for now. Any questions? Okay, for the heck of it, we're gonna do a quick numerical radio check. All call signs, this is guard hand radio check. 1-1. 1-2. 1-3. 1-3. 2-1. 2-2. 2-3.
3-1.
All call signs, solid copy. Advanced guard, move us out with a sharp turn, turn right onto the runway, then turn right again, move along the runway. Keep a slow speed. 1-1, moving down. All call signs maintain spacing 25 meters. One turn right. 3-1, this is Godhead. Once you are up on the runway, call out for a halt.
3-1 copies. Out.
One halt. 1-2 halt. 3 halt. Okay guys, this is where it's very important that you keep your spacing. So you see the truckers are getting a bit close to each other. 1-1, keep moving until 3-1 asks for the halt.
Our call signs is 3-1, hold. Oh.
1-1.
Move up a little bit so we have a spacing.
Okay,
of
sweet
35
guys, you are
meters
now
above.
halted in a column. What I want to do now is a herringbone, where the first vehicle peels off to the right, second vehicle left, right, left, go. 1-1, I was expecting you to know right from left. 1-1, run.
Okay, we're going right.
1-1, you are now off to the left, you need to go right. 1-1. Okay guys, you're now in a herringbone. 1-1, lead us out along the runway again. 1-1.
Okay, we're going back on the road.
1-1 ready. Okay, 1-1 move out some speed. Turn wide and take it. 1-1, Godhand just turn right on the ATV to follow me on that track. One halt. 1-1 halt. Okay guys, what we're gonna do now is what's called a wagon wheel. It is for if we lose a vehicle on the way and we cannot stop to pick him up, which is almost always. So what we're gonna do now is 1-1 is gonna be following me. We're gonna be doing a big wheel basically, where we'll hold up in, so we have 360 security, and then I'll explain more in there. Go. In the wagon wheel, it's okay to close up a little bit more.
Okay, hold.
Okay, hold your vehicle, assemble on me in the middle.